you and welcome to my channel when Zawaya Speaks. There has been so much going on this month. We have been distracted by the news, by the candidates who are running for president, by things that are happening locally in our own communities, our states, and it's just been so much. And on top of that, we've got to deal with our own ish, right? So, let me tell y'all something. I've been hearing stories about, first of all, we're not even going to talk about the Springfield stuff. That's starting to be a little bit old. But there was a chemical spill in Cincinnati. People were complaining about the smell. Some were saying that it smelled like fingernail polish remover, and they actually shut down a school. Then I hear about a board, people resigning from 23andMe. Then I also hear about or read about layoffs. And then, of course, we've got this asteroid that is circling the sky. And they said that for the next couple of months, it may even appear as if the Earth has two moons. But then, on top of that, we got this Diddy crap. Everybody is chiming in on P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. I remember, if you're around my age, and I don't mind saying my age, I'm 59, December. But I remember back in the 90s, everybody was getting money in the 90s. Everybody was prospering in the 90s. And one thing that started to become really popular in the 90s was the hip hop rap culture. And everything was coming from the East Coast to the West Coast. You had the Biggie and the Tupac rival. You had Faith. You had Little Kim. You had Foxy Brown. You had Wu Tang. You had Nas, just to name a few. But P. Diddy started making these videos with people coming out partying and jamming and looking fly and toasting it up and smoking cigars. And everybody wanted to live that life, right? Everybody that I knew wanted to be a part of that culture. And I know I was, because, I ain't even going to get into what I was doing back then, but I knew that I was doing a lot of things. I was traveling back and forth from North Carolina to New York. I was hanging out with certain people, not going to say no names. That was the time where I got a chance to meet Old Dirty Bastard. I was going to mostly all the concerts. Like, I had to be on every scene. And so it baffles me that during that time, a lot of the things that are coming out about P. Diddy now came out back then. A lot of those things. I mean, his butler. Y'all remember his butler used to walk around with the little suit on? His butler even came out and said some things about him. The transgender woman in the video, people was talking about that. And for some reason, it got swept under the rug. Now, here we are in 2024, bringing it all back out again. And what is happening is that it is distracting people. Everybody is coming out the woodwork with videos. See, back then we didn't have the cell phones like we got them now, right? So everything that goes on now, everybody want to post it on social media. So a lot of people had no idea what was happening at these parties. And I remember I had went to a concert. Mobb Deep was performing, and I went to the hotel room, and there was a friend of mine who was looking out for me, and he was like, came into that hotel and told me to take my butt home. He said, because you're not like these people, you got more class. And I took my butt home. But there were a lot of people who wanted to be about that life. And a lot of the information that is coming out now was coming out then, but it was swept under the rug. I'm saying all of this to say this, or I'm saying all of that to say this. Pardon me. A lot of times when we are doing things in the past and we feel like it's been swept under the rug, the universe has a way of bringing it back. The universe has a way of revealing those things that need to be revealed. The universe has a way of unmasking people's ish. A lot of times we think that we don't got away with something, and we ain't got away with anything. Like I said, the universe has a way of what is hidden in the dark will come to the light. But this is the second time that this has come to the light. So we're being distracted. It's taking our minds off what we need to focus on, and that is ourselves. We got the election coming up. People are worried and concerned, don't know what's happening. There is fear that is being spread across the land. I could get all into that, but that's not what my podcast are. That is not what my session is about today. If you want to hear about all of that stuff, I suggest that you go watch other videos. But what I want to talk about is how not to allow any of this to get you off course. How not to allow any of this nonsense, any of these things that these people are doing or have done, and you're reading about it, stay focused. It's not important. It don't even have anything to do with you. Only thing that I can say is that some of y'all are realizing that these are just normal people. There are people that do these things all the time. They're not superstars or celebrities, but this type of actions or what they're doing has always been done. It's just now we shock because it's in our community, right? I'm not saying it's wrong, not saying that it's wrong that we would think that nothing could touch us, but it's happening in our community. And that's what's making it look worse than what it was. I ain't even going to say that. Let me take that back. That's what's making it look bad. Let me just say it because it was worse. Things did get, and there's probably some other stuff that ain't gonna ever come out, but the main important parts of that needed to come out. Needed to come out because I remember people that came before me, they took stuff to their graves. They knew how to keep their mouth shut. But now everybody is hungry for the money, the fame. They want the followers. That's not important. It's really not important. So let's move forward. As we move forward, let me tell you guys something. Stay focused. I'm shuffling my cards because the card that I flip over is going to be the messages that I'm going to give to you. I have been receiving divine messages. I'm not going to say that I'm for the chosen ones. I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to bring it to you. And if this message is for you and it hits home, then apply it to your life. Please. We have got to learn how to separate ourselves from what is truth and what is not. We are living in our own reality. We have the power to shape it and make our reality be what it needs to be. But there are people out there like me and a few others who come to bring you messages that are here to help you. Now, as I'm speaking to you, I will flip over a card or two to confirm the things that I need to say. Stay observant. Stay observant. Protect your energy. Protect your consciousness. Protect your house, not just this physical house, but this house. Protect your temple. Be smart. Be wise. Be brave. Have courage. Because a lot of times when we get so caught up in everything else that is going on, there could be something that is going on in our life that we need to pay attention to. And we're so busy paying attention to somebody else's life that has nothing to do with us that we are missing the smallest details of the things that we need to be focused on. Pay attention to what's going on outside with nature. We just got a lot of rain here yesterday. All summer, I think the lawnmower man came and cut our grass maybe 4 times. We didn't have a lot of rain. I go outside. My oak tree is already loosening its acorns, and it was doing that way a couple of weeks ago. The leaves that are falling from my oak tree are still green. It's removing its dead branches. That tree knows how to get rid of unwanted energies on its own. It prunes itself. It's a self pruning tree, and it's releasing so many acorns out there. It's getting ready for a rough winter. And while we are so busy out here focusing on what everybody else got going on and can't stay off of social media and can't stop doing this and can't stop doing that, we're not self pruning ourselves. We're not letting go of what is no longer needed in our lives. And we also are not preparing ourselves for what to come, for whatever is going to come, and for whatever is going to happen. It has to happen, and it's going to happen, and there's nothing that nobody can do to stop it. It's going to happen regardless. There's nothing that you can do to stop it, especially outside of your world. But within your world, within yourself, you can fix that. You can change that. But whatever is happening with the government, whatever laws and policies, whatever these people are out here doing, committing these crimes and hurting other people, it's happening and we can't control it. No matter how many spells we want to cast, no matter what we got to do, that energy is flowing the land now, and it's all over the world. It's happening everywhere. But what we can do is prepare ourselves for what is to come. The first card that I flip over is the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts. Forgive yourself. Move forward. Love yourself more. But you see this mask is covering her eyes. In order for you to love yourself more, you got to remove the mask from your eyes. You got to be able to see what is going on. You got to be able to see what is in front of you. You got to be able to see what is beside you. And you got to remember the wisdom that you learned from the past so you won't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. And you also got to learn how to open up your heart, heal your heart chakra. Some of y'all, that's blocked. So you need to research on how to open that up, how to heal that, not get so emotional. You want to walk around here and forgive everyone else that has done something to you, but yet you forget to forgive yourself for the mess that you have done. So forgive yourself first. Take that mask off your eyes and look within. The next card is the Seven of Clubs. There's trouble. There's trouble all around us. And trouble is coming. Like I said, that's confirming it. Trouble is coming. But the trouble that happens outside of our doors, we ain't got no control of that. But we can control the trouble within ourselves. We can control our troubled mind. We can control if we toss and turn and we can't sleep at night. Sometimes it don't have nothing to do with a whole bunch of negative energies that are sitting there praying at you. Sometimes it's because you don't know how to quiet your mind. You don't know how to go within. And the reason being is because with the Eight of Spades, you are so busy trying to make all of these plans and wanting all of these things to work out for you in your life that when they don't work out and you don't know how to control what's going on in your mind, you become disappointed. You have headaches. Take charge of your life. You might be faced with problems on the job. People around you whom you work with, they're not doing right. It might even seem like everybody else is against you. You got to go within and find that inner peace. So when you are confronted with these energies on your job or with these people who don't like you and they're creating problems, that you can create peace and give them the peace. Send that love to them. And because the more you start saying negative things about people, the more, in my other video, the more you start creating obstacles for yourself. Because people, they're going to be jealous of you. They're not going to like you for some reason. But as people are being jealous of you, you also need to watch your jealousy. You need to pay attention to your hate, your envy. Energy begets energy. So how can you knock someone else for causing you a problem on a job because they don't like you? How can you accuse a person that you may be involved with for being jealous when you have it inside of you? Once again, love yourself. Go within. Because when you start doing that, you begin to hear some good news. Abundance will start increasing for you in your life. No matter what's going on in that world, you know you're going to be safe. You know you're going to be okay. Because you begin to realize that you have a divine connection, a direct lifeline to the source, to the God, the goddesses, whatever it is that you want to call it. And they will look out for you. I'm telling you, I'm talking from experience. I'm not sitting up here giving you a whole bunch of BS on stuff that I've read. This is my life experience. And like I said, I will be 59 in December. And this is the wisdom that I have gathered up until this point, from the age that I knew better up until now. Seven of Spades. The things that you continue to hold on to that is bringing you down, let it go. Release it. Don't hold on to it. Because the more that you do, it becomes a burden. Where instead of you supposed to be sitting up like this, you like this, all slumped over, all tired, because you're carrying so much of that weight all on your shoulders, and your back is going to start hurting. Your shoulders, your neck is going to feel tight. When you start releasing and letting go and moving on and not allowing things to be so heavy on you, then you're no longer carrying that burden. You can sit up straight. You can walk proud. You can do all of that. But what you got to stop doing Seven of Hearts. Stop breaking promises to yourself. Yeah, you're going to encounter people that are not going to be loyal to you. I don't went through relationships where people have cheated on me, weren't loyal, weren't faithful. And in my lifetime, I have actually been in those shoes as well, where I wasn't as loyal as I should be. But I learned wisdom from that. Stop breaking those promises. Be loyal first to yourself. When you start taking care of self, when you stop breaking promises to yourself, then other people won't be able to do it to you. And this is the last one. Queen of Diamonds. Look at this picture. You see that sun shining bright behind her? That's her light. Your light got your back. The divine got your back. And no matter how many people come to you one way and leave like somebody totally different, as if they never knew you and want to talk junk about you, the light, the sun, should always be shining in your life. You have an inner strength and an inner courage that no one cannot touch. And as you begin to manifest, as you begin to bring things into its proper place, things will happen for you the way they're supposed to. Sometimes you got to leave people where they are, or you can meet them where they are and let them know it ain't working with you because you're stronger than that. Imagine if all of those victims of P. Diddy would have came forth then instead of being in fear or instead of accepting money as a payoff. Imagine what would have happened. Would P. Diddy have been as famous as he is now? Would those people still be trying to fight their mental anguish, their mental health issues? Things probably would have been a lot different. But also, things happen the way they're supposed to happen when you are not making the right choices. Mm-mm-mm. My name is Queen Zoya Count. Thank you for listening to When Zoya Speaks. If you like what you heard, please hit that like button, subscribe, and please comment. Even if you don't agree with what I said, just leave a comment. I appreciate all of you. I thank you. Was that just a little orb? Y'all see that little orb that just floated down? I appreciate you all. And I come to you with gratitude and love for just taking time to listen to what I have to say.